Hello there. This is where the fun begins.
Hey there guys, Unofficial Star Wars here, hope you're all doing well, and in this video we're going to be talking about how Andor and the new trailer reveals a potential Rebels, the Star Wars Rebels animated show, canon conflict. So without further ado, we're going to hop right on into it. More specifically, we're going to be talking about how Saw Gerrera appearing in the Andor official trailer is going to be playing a role within the Andor show here, for one thing, but also maybe causing some conflict with canon and within the Star Wars Rebels show. However, to kind of spoiler alert you guys, I really do not think that it's going to be causing any conflict whatsoever. In this video, I really wanted to take a read here from the Direct's article, and this is kind of what interested me here on this whole subject and this whole topic here and talking about this. So I'm going to have the full article linked down in the description down below. As the article reads, the Rebellion era in a galaxy far, far away has never been more popular. Ever since Star Wars Rebels began airing in 2014, Lucasfilm has consistently found new adventures to explore in the 19 years between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope. Coming off the heels of Obi-Wan Kenobi, which featured seeds of revolution against the Empire, Star Wars Andor looks to continue this trend. 6 years after the Rogue One spin-off movie graced the silver screen, fans will finally get to see a prequel story about one of the movie's main protagonists, Cassian Andor. Tony Gilroy, who co-wrote Rogue One, is back to serve as a writer, director, and showrunner for this series as well. So I think it goes without saying that this overall show is in some really good hands. Not only does the show look to expand upon Andor's refugee backstory, but it seems to be telling a grander story about the origin of really the Rebel Alliance as a whole and the Empire's iron grip on the galaxy during this time period. While audiences saw pieces of this story in Star Wars Rebels, it was mainly from the perspective of one Rebel pocket. Andor, on the other hand, seems to be delving into other centerpieces that bring the Alliance together, giving us micro stories even at that from different perspectives and different people, and humanizing Star Wars characters as well, which is something that we've talked about off and on here on the channel regarding the Andor show. From there, the article goes on to say that besides ending with some disappointing news, Andor's official trailer wowed viewers with breathtaking visuals and new locations, new planets, and new characters. On top of that, it offered an intriguing look at the show's lead characters, one of whom may be the source of a potential continuity issue here with Star Wars Rebels. Now, as the article says here, besides the disappointing news towards the end of the trailer that it's been pushed back and delayed from August 31st to September 21st, nearly a month at that, it is going to be premiering on September 21st with a 3-episode premiere on Disney+. With 12 episodes, we're going to be covering all of those episodes each and every week here on the channel, breaking them down with little Easter eggs, things that you may have missed, and plenty of theories and speculations that you guys already know of here on the channel. So if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and join us here today. Now from there, the article goes on to talk about how Saw Gerrera throughout Star Wars, of course, has made so many different cameos in the Star Wars universe and within Star Wars shows. He's appeared in Star Wars The Clone Wars, The Bad Batch, Star Wars Rebels, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Rogue One, and now the Andor show. Now, I'm kind of skipping a little bit over this here with what the article has to say here. It's giving you essentially an entirety of a recap here, talking about Saw Gerrera throughout the years of Star Wars and his different appearances as well. Something that I will be talking about and covering it in its own separate special video here on the channel as well, because I think it kind of deserves that type of thing here. Kind of one of those videos to throw out there, like, watch this before you see the Andor show, to kind of clear some stuff out here. With all that being said, the main point and the main question of today's video is that will Andor conflict with Star Wars Rebels canon? Season 1 of Andor is set 5 BBY, before Battle of Yavin and A New Hope, which means it transpires 2 years before Saw Gerrera first appears in Star Wars Rebels Season 3 and 5 years before Rogue One. Thus, chronologically, Saw Gerrera's physical features should resemble his design in Season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, where he's much more kempt. However, the extremely brief image of Saw Gerrera that we did see in the Andor official trailer is more akin to his film appearance that we see in Rogue One and his design in Star Wars Rebels Season 4. Based on the trailer for the Andor show, it's unclear whether or not the insurgent is limping on a mechanical leg or not. Therefore, it's not fair to speculate on that subject. Still, one worry that could arise in some aspects of the fandom is how Saw Gerrera will be characterized in Andor, and how if this will fit within the current canon established in other projects, because he appears in so many as I had listed. Tony Gilroy, who has classified himself as not being a fan of Star Wars, recently spoke about the canon challenges and how Andor handles that lure. Gilroy is well aware of the variety of canon that exists in the Star Wars franchise as well, and he's noted about how the team worked with Pablo Hidalgo, the official Star Wars lure advisor. Tony Gilroy Gilroy also spoke on the subject of canon challenges and interfering with Star Wars canon as of right now, but that's something I'll be talking about in a separate future video here on the channel as well. From there, the article says that moreover, Gilroy has made a point that the show does not reverse canon, but instead will offer fans a new perspective of the characters. Controversially, he has also stated that there may be some cases where what you know, what you've been told that's on Wikipedia is really all wrong. Changing canon, essentially. In the past, Lucasfilm has recontextualized certain events throughout Star Wars history. Sometimes this is for story purposes, other times it's for practical purpose as well. Andor could be another case of recontextualizing, that's a really big word, with how closely tied Gilroy is to Rogue One and the movie, along with his determination to tell a unique Star Wars story. What fans know about Saw Gerrera during this time period might get deconstructualized and become legends and not actually canon. However, if the goal was to line up with the current canon, Saw Gerrera should be more livelier than he was in Rogue One. He won't just be intimidating presence to confront. Instead, he should be in the fight with his fellow comrades and leading on the battlefield and more livelier, essentially. Not really necessarily the way that we saw him in the Rogue One movie, where he's limping around, he has a cane, he has a mouth breather thing that he needs for oxygen and all that type of stuff. He should be out there fighting those battles, leading his men in the Rebel Alliance into those fights. Additionally, he should be as radical as he was in Season 4 of Star Wars Rebels or Rogue One, although his lean towards extremism can still be explored and how it conflicts with the other rebels and their values as well. And let's all be clear, Andor still has a great chance of both not breaking canon and even connecting it deeper in that deeper level. In Star Wars Rebels, Captain Rex talks about how Saw created his own rebel cell before joining the Alliance. This could be exactly what's happening in the Andor trailer, as Luthen could be looking to recruit Saw's group into a greater cause and really becoming more of the Rebel Alliance. Still, fans of these beloved franchises tend to get frustrated when things don't line up within the universe or certain projects get reckoned with. Some will completely dismiss projects that still don't really deem to make sense in the overall canon, even at that. However, as the article says, but Star Wars has never truly been about canon. Continuity was not a building block of this universe. George Lucas was inspired by mythology, lore, legends, and heroes. And with mythology comes different beliefs and interpretations as well. After all, it's a big galaxy, so not only do the creators of these Star Wars stories have varying perspectives on the franchise, but what also itself is filled with contrasting points and the views. Speaking and talking more recently, in the last couple of years, Dave Filoni has made a point to embrace the differences between visual medias and continue the trend of non-linear storytelling in Star Wars. It gives way of more creative possibilities. All that being said, Lucasfilm will continue its efforts to preserve the overarching lure of Star Wars and within the canon. Not nearly enough footage has really been seen of Saw Gerrera and Andor. He's literally there for like 0.5 seconds to determine whether or not there would be a disconnect between this show and Star Wars Rebels. But the question really does remain, will Saw Gerrera's presence in the series of Andor make sense within the Star Wars timeline, or will it leave and serve more so than as a prequel to Rogue One? As always, I will have that full article linked down in the description down below. From there, that's where the article ends. It's a little bit of a confusing and rocky article at that. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I myself kind of got confused throughout recording this and talking about it actually. However, as I have believed, as I kind of briefly mentioned at the beginning of the video, this whole idea of what this article means, the whole, I guess, purpose of this article is the fact of Saw Gerrera appearing in the Andor show. Does that intervene and intertwine with Star Wars Rebels and that series that's going on, and does it conflict with maybe Jedi Fallen Order or anything else like that out there? But in the article, they're more continuously talking about Star Wars Rebels, since that Star Wars Rebels and the Andor show are almost in a way like overlapping to a certain point. And as I kind of mentioned there at the beginning of the video, I really don't believe so. I don't think that they're going to be messing with Star Wars Rebels whatsoever and the canon headspace or anything like that. If for anything, I don't think that Star Wars Rebels would go to Legends or anything like that, especially with the Ahsoka show right around the corner that's currently in production and filming as of right now, coming out later in 2023. So any of that type of stuff just doesn't really make sense to mess around with any of that and make it like non-canon. It's definitely going to be really cool to see some more Saw Gerrera, him playing an actual bigger, more role, I think, within the Star Wars universe and the Star Wars canon and everything like that. I think is something a lot of Star Wars fans are almost kind of getting like a little bit of an itching for at that, whether or not it would be like a comic book series or a novel or something like that. I definitely think some type of spin-off show about Saw Gerrera would be even cooler. I mean, he's like off and on. He just will randomly appear throughout Star Wars, and it's cool, definitely cool to see him and all, but what is he really up to? I want to see more about him, and I think that the Andor show has that opportunity to show show us more about Saw Gerrera and his character. This is something I kind of want to talk about in a separate future video here on the channel, so stay tuned for that by hitting the subscribe button. I also want to go ahead and thank you guys all so much for 11,000 subscribers here on the channel at the time of recording and publishing this video. That is a whole lot of people, so thank you guys so much. That means the absolute world to me. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below here about Saw Gerrera, messing around with maybe some of the canon or something like that here with Star Wars Rebels. I want to know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think. Also, let me know what you guys all think in the comment section down below about the overall Andor show so far. What do you guys want to see with this show? I'd absolutely love to hear what you guys all think. Leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it, as it really does help the channel, and check out Instagram unofficial Star Wars, more Star Wars related content, guys. Thanks so much for watching today's video. As always, may the force be with you. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.